So to continue with our lesson, so the next example is the lam, alif, lam, ha, dal, ghain, and zai. So to join this, it means that alif from this joint will not join lam, and lam will join ha from the same group. Then ha preceding the disjoint will also join dal, but dal from this joint will not join going from the joint letters also. Then going will also join zai. So here we go. We have our alif appear the way it was. Then our lam, in this case our lam is joining with the ha. Then we use what? We use lam at the beginning of the word, not the lam at the middle of the word. Yeah. Okay, then we have these. Then the ha is joining, the ha here is going to be joined with the dal as well as it will be joined with the lam also. Then we look for the ha at the middle because it's joining from the right hand at its right hand side, and it's also joining with its left hand side. So we look for the ha at the middle of the word. It's either we use this or this. Either this or this are both appearing at the middle of the word. So we then have what? Then we can join it with this. So since it is joining with dal, then we also choose dal of this shape or this. Then we have that. Then we can join it with this. Also, the dal is not joining the going, but the going we join with the word zain. So we now have that the going we are going to use is the going that begins the word. The going that begins the word, which is this very one over here. So we then have this. Okay, since the going is also going to join the zain, then we choose the zain that appears at the end of the word, or similarly looking like the one that appears in the middle. So we either choose one of both. Then we have that, and that is it. So the next one, we have qaf, waw, ya, and round ta. So let's go ahead. We have qaf joining wa. Then we have qa of the beginning of the word, which is this very one. Okay, this very one over here. So we then have it joining with wa. Then wa that it will join with will be the wa at the middle or wa at the end of the word, as I showed us earlier. Wa at the middle or at the end of the word. So we have which is followed by ya. Since the wa is from this joint, is not going to join the ya, and ya is going to join the round ta in this case, because the round ta is also grouped under the joint letters. So we now have ya of the beginning of the word. Ya of the beginning of the word, which is this very ya. Okay, at the beginning of the word. We are not going to use the one at the middle, but the one that starts the word. So that's what we are going to use here. And it will be joined with the word, the round ta. As we have it, the round ta is appearing at the end of the word. So we have this very one, which is attaching or joining the letter that precedes it. So we are not using this because this is used for when a letter that is preceding it is not joining it. So we use this one. Okay, then we have that, and we can now attach it together, and that is it. Okay, the next one is dal and wa from this joint. Firstly, we are writing it the way they were. Dal, okay, and wa. Also, followed by noon, but the noon is from joint letter and followed by ha, and the ha is also from joint letters. So since it is not joining with the wa and it's going to be joined with the ha, then we use the noon that begins the word. The noon that begins the word. So we have that noon that begins with the word. Okay, and joining it with the a, and the ha, as you can see, the ha that appears at the end is either this or this. Okay, we can either use this or this for that. Okay, since it's going to be joined, so we use this. We are not going to use this to join that. So we now have ha, then we join it that way. So the next example is ta, lam, alif, lam, and alif here. So to join that, the ta will be joined with the lam, then the lam will be joined with the alif, but the alif will not be joined with the lam, and the lam will also be joined with the alif. So in order to join lam and alif together, in Arabic it is already given its own shape of look, which appears to be in this shape, and we have something like this and turn it this way. So when you have something like this, like that, so this is called the lam alif. So whenever you have something of this nature, lam and alif, it will be written as this. Okay, so that's what we are going to make use of here. So we now have ta joining the lam. Okay, the ta is going to be the beginning of the word since it is joining the lam. So we have ta of the beginning of the word. So it will be joining the lam. So in this case, we have that our lam alif, as we said earlier, will then be joined with the ta. Okay, will then be joined with the ta. Okay, but for the case of the two lam alif, there will be separation between them since the lam is indicating that it will not be joined with the alif. Then we have the lam alif again. So that is how we join these together. Okay, the last example on this lesson, this video, is going to be the lam and another lam with the alif, with the alif hamza, noon, then sin, alif, then sin. So to do that, we put it under here. We have the lam joining the lam, so we have lam of the beginning of the word that way, joining the lam, and the lam also joining the alif. So as we can see, I explained about the alif, the lam and alif here, because the difference here is when we introduce the hamza. So we now have, because for joining the lam alif, as I indicated here, so the only thing that affects which we are joining now is to just introduce the hamza over here. Okay, is to introduce the hamza over here whenever we have something of this nature, lam and alif with hamza. So the hamza comes over here. Okay, that's what we are going to do to join the next one. So we now have this lam alif, then we introduce our hamza over there. So we then now join with that. Okay, the next one is that the alif hamza is not joining with the noon, but it is going to be joined with the sin. Okay, then we have the noon of the beginning of the word joining with the sin. So but the sin is also joining with the alif. So we have the sin of the middle of the word. So that since it is going to be joined with the alif, but the alif on its own is not joining with the last letter noon over here. So we are going to take this very type of shape of alif. So we then have that, then we join it together, then the remaining letter will then stand alone as nun. So, and that is how we join that. So as you can see from the example so far, you will be able to discover that it's very easy to join Arabic letters. And as we move ahead, we still have more to explain. This time around, we will be looking at all these letters appearing with their vowel sound. So in that case, it is more tricky when they are giving you dictation in the class to write down. So in order to be able to write your dictation down perfectly, so you also need to know how they are being joined together. And further, in our further lesson, will also tell us how to separate those letters. For instance, let me just tease us with one example over here. So if I have ba, okay, and I have, let's say, sin, then I have nun. This case, we are having sound on all the letters. Let's give this a silent sound, sukun, and we give this a fatha sound. Then we give it maybe a dhamma sound, a vowel, okay, the dhamma vowel. So to join this together, what we need to do is to consider this as a rule in which when we pronounce it, it gives us the nasal sound. For instance, this ba with this dhamma is pronounced as bu, then this with the fatha is pronounced as sa, while the nun and the sukun is pronounced as the sound that comes from the nose. So in order to join this together, they will be merged with the sound and give us another look. So just as we have sa, sa, bu, sa, bu, sa, busan. Okay, there you have it. It will now be ba with the dhamma sound, then sin. So in this case, we have that the sin is joined with the bu, and we introduce the fatha, but it remains the word, the nun sukun. Where that come to stay is when we now add it with an alif, then with an additional fatha, which now give it busan, 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 as in busan, that way. Okay, this is just a tease for us as again the next class, so we get started properly with the joining of Arabic letters with their sounds. So without wasting much of our time, we will end the video here, we end the lesson here, and we are going to meet in the next lesson. Thanks, and don't forget to like the video, share the video to your friends who will be in need of this valuable lesson, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Bye. Thanks. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.